Okay, so basically for this song, there was a sample that I was sitting on for a while, and special sample.
Mick is the golden hoarder of amazing samples. He keeps all the good ones to himself and then doesn't play them until everyone's around. So he was like, I have to wait until all the boys come up, and I was like, man, just play the thing. He wouldn't play it. Then finally everyone came up, he played it, and I was like, oof. It's one of them samples that like you could make 3 or 4 different songs out of it.
Okay, so it was a special sample, right? But I didn't want to use it. I had to wait for the right day. So basically, Curtis had just done the open mic, and I was chatting to him about kind of doing a collab, right? And obviously this time, whatever was going on, all the boys were free on this one day. I text Curtis, and he's like, oh man, I'll get a taxi up. And I was like, what? But he fucking done it in the end, and fair play to him. But essentially, yeah, all the boys came in, played the sample, everyone loved it. And then basically we all just got to work, and it was mad.
We started with these kind of heavier drums, kind of Monty Booker kind of buzz. Couldn't really get anything going. Then Cam, shout out Cam, who's sadly in Canada right now. But he started doing some drums as well. He done the hi-hats. I think you were doing some hi-hats as well. It was coming together, but then, as always, shit starts getting complicated and you start getting fed up, and it became this weird Yamaha fucking remix song. I think I gave up on life a bit. I was like, I'm going out for a rowley. I was like, this song's in the trash.
So you were still at this one sweat. Slevo. Actually, that's why there's no sample playing there.
So a few of the boys like sectioned off over here. People were like making beats, making drums, chopping the sample. A few of the boys in the right and camped down the back then, yeah. We were just all kind of, you know what I mean, pushing each other to make a good song. And to be honest though, at the start of it, it was fucking scrap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the drums were proper like
Very messy.
yeah.
Very messy, yeah.
It's like Yamaha stock keyboard jobs, you know what I mean? It was pretty bad, but
Still getting the keyboard Yamaha buzz though. I don't know what. Off what? No swing around on me. It just feels like a generator.
Came back in though, and Cam had the drum loop going, and he had the main hook, the like I need part. So I was like, all right, what the fuck do we do with it from here? Because we only have a 4-bar loop. So yeah, we just started chopping it, messed around with some plugins that we acquired. And that kind of gave it a special sound, changed it up, and then we kind of knew then, because like Slevo came over, Chorus was up at the speaker, all the boys kind of gathered around, and it was like, all right, I think we're onto something.
Heard the beat, I was like, this is class. Then Mick pulls me aside and he's like, Ron. And he does this little face where he goes like serious mode. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So he pulls me aside, takes me out to the corridor, and he was like, Ron, I need to show you the sample we took. And I was like, he played me the original beat, and I was like, okay, that's class.
And then we were trying to decide, like, oh, what do we want the song to be about, and
yeah.
what we, like, because obviously lads were making the beat, but then we're like, oh, what do we make the song about? Like, what are the lyrics going to be? And I started thinking, like, oh, well, what's the song? What are the sample saying? And what's the sample saying in the song? Like, and it just saying, I need, and then just kind of came up with the idea of what do we need? Like, what do we want? What do we all want to achieve? And what do we want to just kind of messing around with it then as well? Like, so
I think we have to try to come up with a hook first. Because I think if we get a hook first, it gives us a top of the focus, you know what I mean? And we can all kind of try around it.
I remember the boys, like they said, just making the beat and going over each part of it, and like you could hear it building and building and the energy going. So by the time I jumped in, then I knew I had a good enough verse kind of to like give a good account of myself or something like that. So then yeah, I laid down the verse. Then I came out and the boys are all like going mad and jumping around and shit.
You can't hear it in the song, but the original recording, you just hear us all like screaming, being like, what the fuck?
You could hear it in the booth and all.
Yeah, and we were all going crazy, and we were like, shit, now we need to bring it. So Chorus technically is to thank for all of our verses on the track, because without him laying down that first one, it might have went a completely different way.
Curtis is just spitting and we're like, oh damn, okay. I'm like, okay. I was like, you know when you hear something good or you see something happen really good and you're like, I need to be part of this. I was like, yo, let me hop on this, because I just had to.
I'd never gotten that kind of feedback, something like that straight away, so it was like, huge in that sense for like how it made me feel and gave me real confidence going forward when I was making music with the boys as well.
I was shook after Curtis's verse.
Yeah, man.
Curtis is in the boom, Mitch is in the corner on the sofa, contemplating life.
I stepped up first and then Curtis jumped in second, and then I just scrapped the verse altogether. I was like, no, I need to go back and rewrite that because no, he probably blew it out of the water, like, and I was like, ah, fuck.
I'll never forget that, man.
And yeah, shout out Mitch and Mick as well. They were kind of in the back coming up the hook, trying to...
With the whole idea of the song, you know?
Yeah,
like,
trying to direct it, because I don't know, when you're in the studio, it's kind of hard. Sometimes you just get fed up and you let shit slide and then nothing gets made. So everyone on the day was kind of doing their piece and it all came together super well. And I think it's one of our strongest songs. I think at the time it was like overall the best song we'd made as a collective. And yeah, we've made better ones since and we'll make even better ones soon. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say in it really. But yeah, for me, it was a great kind of pushing of skill. I think I had a verse originally that I had to scrap. I actually originally wasn't going to come up to the studio on the day to record, but I hated my verse. Mick was like, man, if you don't do it now, you'll never do it. So I was like, fuck, all right, I'll do it. Rewrote it that day, came up and done it, and it came together, yeah, just really well. And it's probably the song that I'm the most proud of in terms of all of us coming together. I think it's just a wholesome track, the story behind it, all that.
The fusion of all our styles as well, like everyone coming together from their own little angle.
That's the thing as well, yeah.
It's hard to get that many people on a track as well and it be consistent and for it to still be entertaining.
Yeah, man, and I think we all kind of stepped out of our comfort zone and kind of done something that we wouldn't normally do and kind of made it all into this different sound, so yeah.
Sick, Kev.
Interesting song.
If I don't, I'll give it to you. Now, bro. So then we don't do the
I'm not on the track. It's dope though, so check it out. It's a sick track.
But he's also in D12.
I'm still part of D12. Woo! I just thought I had sweets just wrong. It's just wrong.